Hype City Show, we are in the building. Before we get started, I need everybody right now to go follow us. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or Threads. Wherever you do social media at, follow us. Hype City Show. HypeCityShow. Now with that out of the way, we got a dope interview tonight with a close friend of mine. He's doing real big things. He's in a lot of big shows that we watched today. You probably definitely streamed them. You've seen them, but you probably didn't know it was him, though. But let's give it up for my man. Introduce yourself to the world.
Justin Clarke.
Okay, let's give it up for my man, Justin Clarke. Round of applause for him. We in here. Yo, thank you. Thank you for coming to Hype City, man.
Thanks for having me.
Nah, no problem, bro.
Man.
No problem. So, man, it's been a minute, you know.
It's been a long time.
A very long time, man. You know, from the time when we used to skateboard as young kids, running around the streets of Philadelphia, to now you're a stunt actor in Hollywood for a lot of big things. But we're gonna get to that. But tell everybody about your upbringing, you know.
Kind of like you, just like young black kid skateboarding when it wasn't cool.
Right.
Just kind of getting clowned the whole time, but you know, just did my thing. I wanted to be different, but at the same time, I don't know. You know how you just always look for that one thing that kind of puts you out there a little bit more. Like, yeah, I played ball,
right,
baseball, football, everything, but skateboarding just kind of had that rebel side to it. So that was my thing. And then, of course, we all met after Gary.
Right.
So
rest in peace, Gary.
Rest in peace, Gary, yeah.
Know what I mean? So, you know, the skateboarding, just like you said, being young, black, skateboarding, a lot of people didn't understand. You know, being black and skateboarding when it was early, it was a white thing. It was like, oh, you're like a white boy.
Definitely.
Or this and that. And there was a lot of skateboarding going on. Like we used to go to Philly, things like that, you know. It also got us into the hip-hop culture also.
Definitely.
You know, probably for you also, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, it was like Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep, who else? The Alcoholics, like just old school guys.
Alcoholics,
like,
yeah.
I mean, that was the way you learned about hip-hop because back then you just didn't have, like we didn't have Napster yet. There was no YouTube, none of that stuff. And you could get away with playing any type of music you wanted in a video because there's no copyright yet. So,
you said the Alcoholics, man, because West Coast was very big.
Super big.
You know, before the East Coast was here, but West Coast was like, you know, it was from West Coast to here. We was getting all the new stuff and all the skate videos. Now, you know, it says you did the like kind of the Taekwondo and the martial arts. How'd you get into martial arts?
I was like 5 years old. Like my stepfather got me into martial arts. Like my brother was in martial arts. Like that was just like a family thing that we did, and it was just kind of like martial arts till I was about 16, 17. I got my black belt.
Okay.
But around like 13 is when I found skateboarding, and it was kind of like teetering where I was like, I loved martial arts, but at the same time, this whole new thing came where it was freedom and just meeting all types of new people and partying at the same time.
Right.
So.
How'd your parents take to skateboarding?
Oh, they were cool with it, you know. They were just like, all right, he's just doing kid stuff.
Right.
You know, you didn't think nothing more than that. You know, you just going out skateboarding with your friends. Like, I wasn't getting in trouble, so that's all. They didn't care.
So long as you wasn't getting in trouble, they was cool with the skateboarding.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they looked at skateboarders like, you know, as being like not wanting to get a job and being like on the bum kind of level, you feel me?
Yeah.
So a lot of parents was like, nah, you're not going to be on that type of level. So you did the you know, the martial arts and things like that. What about some other things in your childhood?
That was really it, though. Like, I mean, I played ball until like junior high.
Right.
But I felt like once you kind of got into skateboarding in that realm, you just like, I'm not down for the team sport anymore.
Right.
Like, I'm down for me, and I mean, I'm not going to lie, like, I wanted the fame myself. I didn't want to have it with the team, so.
Right. You wanted the individual fame. Now, did you get into cars, like when you got, because you know, like, I went through that phase Like I still was skating, but then I started to get more into cars. Same with Gary, rest in peace. He got more into cars and kind of got away from the skating. How about you? Did you get more into cars? Or you just
I never got into cars. It was just like a skateboarding thing where I always felt like, and I hate to say this, most of our friends, they had problems in a sense later down the line.
Right.
And I think I have an addictive personality, which I think a lot of people do.
Right.
But I knew I could never go into the drug realm, so I just stuck with skateboarding and just kept going and going and going. Like, all I wanted to do was be a skate pro, nothing else. And, I mean, other things happened, which is good.
Right, yeah, right.
You know, but that was the outcome, so.
Right. Because that's the same for me. I was like, you know, I was on that thing like, man, I just want to be pro. Like, I looked at pro like, if I got to that, like, yo, I achieved everything that you know what I mean? Like, you know, because we were running around different states, you know, spending money, like going far from where we were from.
Yeah.
You know, it's really crazy, like, to look back and see, like, damn. Like, we were talking earlier about how people now that we skated with are, you know, pros, owners of big companies, things like that. So that was pretty cool.
I mean, you figure like this, like we were like 14, 15 years old, like traveling. Most of the time, like I was lying to my parents all the time. Telling them, like, oh yeah, like I'm going to Haddonfield and going to Philly and Park and staying out to like 10 at night, which was late back then, but.
Because you know, if you told them Philly at that time, they'd be
that
like,
was a no.
hell no.
Yeah.
They'd be like, you better come home. Where you at? I'm coming to pick you up.
Yeah, that was never. And my dad was a cop, so like I knew I couldn't go to Philly.
You told him that. He was like,
He was like, nah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, you know, we're going here, and like, you know, like you ride your bike to the train, which is probably half an hour, 45 minutes away, and then just go.
Right.
So
that was a great time, man.
It was.
Very great time. And then now we're to this level. We're adults now, and you know, you got into being a stuntman. How did that happen? Because, you know, I look at you like, to me, like real shit. To me, I'm like, when I skated with you, man, like, you could have been pro. You did a lot of tricks. You skated very well. You and Screw. I always say that to Screw. I was like, Screw, you were pretty good,
Screw
bro.
Could have been pro easily.
Right.
Easily.
Because he had the style.
Yeah.
Like, he just kind of like, he already had it like that. So, but yeah, y'all too, like when I linked up with you guys, I always say that, I used to say that to Gary, like, yo, them dudes are good. Like, they skate, I mean, but yeah.
Screw had like the natural talent, man. It was just like.
Right.
I felt like he would learn tricks like that. He'd watch a video and all of a sudden he would have it, and I'm like, damn, I got to really work for this. Like,
right.
I didn't have that talent that he had.
He just kind of, you know.
Yeah.
He picked up things quick. But you still, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I still did my thing, but.
Right.
So, yeah.
So you started doing these, you know, shows and movies. How did that happen?
All right, so I don't remember the year now, but I remember going to Toronto, and this is about the time when Drake just started getting popular in Toronto.
Okay.
Like, no one down in America knew about him yet. It was kind of like, oh, there's this guy named Drake. And I remember listening to his album, like, oh, that's a pretty cool album or whatever. And we're in Toronto with friends and just talking and skating around and stuff like that, and I got an email or a call from someone. They were just like, yeah, there's this movie called The Last Airbender that's filming in Philadelphia. You should try out for it. And I'm like, Last Airbender? Like, what's that? They're like, it's based off some cartoon called The Avatar. Had no clue what it was, but I was like, all right, I'll try out for it. Like, I sent out a demo tape, and probably like 2 or 3 days later, I get a call, and they're like, hey, you want to try out for this movie, The Last Airbender? I'm like, sure. And I'm like, all right, it's in Philadelphia. We need you to come tomorrow. And I'm like, all right, cool. So then I'm telling my friends, like, yo, I got to leave Toronto right now. I got to go back to Philadelphia. So we drive 16, 17 hours back. Get there, audition for it. Get on there as one of, like, the firebenders. And maybe 3 months into the actual filming, I see one of the stunt coordinators, and I'm talking to him, like, hey, like, I want to be a stuntman. Like, I can fall and do martial arts and all that. And he's just like, all right, well, give me your email, whatever like that, and just send me some stuff. Cool. Send him my information. Nothing happens for about a year. And then a year later, I get a call from some random guy, and he's like, hey, my name's Garrett Warren. I have this movie that's filming in Virginia. It's called Lincoln. And I'm looking for, like, African-American, like, stuntmen. And he's like, would you be down to be a part of it? I'm like, yeah. He goes, all right, so send me your stuff, and give him my stuff, and maybe 2 or 3 weeks after, I got a call to go back down to Virginia and start filming a movie, and that was the start.
Now, the stuff that you sent them, like, what stuff do you have to send these
It was
people?
like, then I really didn't know too much. I was just like, I'll send you a resume of things I've done. Like, I can do martial arts, I can skateboard, and I would just show them, like, I could fall. Like, that's being a stuntman. You have to know how to fall.
Right.
And just sent him that. And I don't even think he really cared about that. It was just the fact that I was sending out some type of information to him. I mean, it was more based on just the look, and at that time, there weren't as many African-American stuntmen or minority stuntmen, period. So.
Right. Now, Lincoln, I remember that. It was kind of like...
Yeah, it was Daniel Day-Lewis played Lincoln. It was like a Steven Spielberg movie.
Now, that was your first, like, actual
That was my
role.
actual first, like, stunt job. Like,
Now, how was that, being on the set and seeing these people like, damn, I've seen you in movies. Like, this is crazy.
I mean, I've never been starstruck about people. Like,
Right.
I'm always like, oh, that's cool
Cool,
that
right.
that guy's got that job or whatever. But I think the biggest thing was not knowing, like, like how everything would work.
Okay.
Being, you know, you don't really get your information until like maybe the night or 2 days before.
Right.
So I'm just like, oh man, like I wonder if this is fake. Like I haven't gotten any information on my travel. And then the night before, boom, this email comes in, has my travel time. I'm getting picked up by a car, and I'm just like, this is crazy. So get picked up, get on a plane, first class. Had no idea. I'm waiting for coach, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
First class ticket and everything. I'm just like, oh, this is crazy. So we get there, and it's this thing called per diem, which is they pay you for your travel and to have money while you're there on filming for the movie. So this time I'm broke. I maybe got like $30 in a bank account.
Right.
I go up to like the 4th floor, and they're like, hey, make sure you get your per diem. And I'm like, all right, whatever that is. Go there. Lady hands me $400 cash and goes, here's your per diem. I'm like, what's this for? She's just like, you know, to get food and anything else you need. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm just like, oh my God, this just saved me. I'm gonna eat all week now. Like,
right.
Went right to Walmart, got like peanut butter sandwiches, and was just like, oh, I'm living like a king now. Like ramen, and the rest of this I'm gonna pocket myself. But
yeah, because they're giving you so they was giving you $400
just for like just for
in the beginning, just to get settled.
But that's not even like your actual paycheck.
Right.
That was the thing. And when the paycheck came in, eventually I was just like, oh my God, dude, like they messed up. I'm gonna have them throw this in the bank fast and just cash it.
Right.
Not knowing that like there's a weekly pay that you can get, or you can get dailies. And we got a weekly, and then you get bonuses for certain stunts that you do or falls. So
that's not bad, bro. That is not bad. I mean, so you're on this set, and you know, you get the per diem money, and you know, you're eating like a king. You do this movie, cool, movie's over.
Yep.
Then what happens?
So then I go back home, go back to like a normal job again, and I'm saying to myself, like, how am I really getting this stunts?
Right.
Maybe like another 6 months passed before I even got a call.
Right.
And I think the next job was like a person of interest, where a guy was just like, hey man, I need this guy just to kind of beat up. It's the guy who played Jesus in Passion of the Christ, Jim Caviezel.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, so, you know, we just need you to fight this guy, and he's going to hip toss you into a trash can. Cool, whatever. Go there, second job, do a couple takes, done, boom.
And it's over.
And it's over, yeah. And after that, like talking to like a New York stunt guy and coordinator, he was just like, yeah, man, you know, you should start sending your name and your resume and everything to these guys. There's certain guys who are in New York who kind of run it right now. You send yourself to them, and then gradually, within like another year, it started really picking up for me.
So you said, all right, screw this regular job.
Dude, I've always had a regular job though.
Right.
Like even when I first got into stunts, I was working for Sprint. That was back when you like selling like the Nextel phones. So like everyone had a Nextel phone.
Right,
so, like,
right. The chirp joints.
chirp.
Yeah.
You'd sell them like hotcakes.
Right.
All the time.
I got you.
But yeah, like I would just tell my job, like, hey man, like I need off for this day, and they'd be like, all right, cool, man, just come back whenever. Like they knew what I was doing.
They was cool with it.
Yeah, they were cool with it.
Right. So you're like, all right, I can rock with y'all.
Yeah.
I'll come back and work because y'all cool
Not
with
to mention,
what I'm
like
doing.
the guy I was working for, his name is Ryan, one of my best friends now. He was a skater, and like 3 other people that worked at the store were skaters. So they knew what was going on. So
that's dope, man. So you do these movies, you link up with some guy, another guy gives you a plug, and now it starts to take off. And now we get to hear, now you're doing like Walking Dead series.
Yeah.
Raising Cannon, right? You know, Fallout.
Yeah.
Probably some other things that you can't talk about, right?
I mean, yeah, there's a couple I
you
can't
got,
talk
like,
about,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah, like NDAs or whatever.
Right.
But yeah.
Now, man, that is super dope that it kind of gradually, you know, and somebody seen your potential and said, hey, maybe you should do this because, you know.
Yeah.
Damn, that's super dope, bro.
Thanks,
Congratulations on all your
man.
success, man.
Appreciate it, thanks.
Because, you know, I'm just watching. Every time you post something up, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, my man is really in, like, you know, I can go on YouTube and be like, yo, that's my people's right there. You can't see him. But, you know, because I seen you did, when you did The Walking Dead, you did the makeup.
Yeah.
Now, how's that makeup?
Dude, I mean, for me, it's fun, but I get it. A lot of people don't like it because it's
long.
It's claustrophobic. It's 2 hours of makeup easily.
Wow.
And that's just maybe like from the head down to like the chest right here.
Okay.
If you get like a full body, you're looking at like 3 hours easily.
3 hours sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
Man.
And I mean, if it's hot, you're sweating like crazy inside of it.
Right.
Like there's no air to breathe. And you have contacts, which I don't wear contacts, but the contacts they make for them are a little bit bigger, so they dilate your eyes a little bit more. And it's like sometimes, depending if it's nighttime,
Right.
everything's all fuzzy. Like I'm just seeing shadows. But if it's daytime, you can pretty much see pretty clear.
Right.
But
So a night scene, you're kind of like, where is everybody?
I'm just
kinda
shadowing.
feeling
Yeah,
my way
I just
around.
kind of feel it and look for the shadow, and I'm like, all right, there he is. But I mean, yeah.
Now, when you did The Walking Dead, and you know you were the gas can, like
Yeah, the gas man.
the gas man, and you light yourself on fire.
Yeah.
How is what's going through your like? How did they approach you with that?
All right,
Like, yo,
so-
you gotta light yourself on fire here.
So I didn't even know the fire gag yet. So I knew about the gas man like a couple days before because I was working on what is it? The Ones Who Live. That's the series that it's on.
Right.
And the main guy, Gino, he goes, hey man, he goes, I got this cool zombie walker for The Walking Dead. He's like, you want to do it? And I'm like, yeah, sure, man. And so then it's like Gino, it's Jarrett, it's Brad, and there's Phil. They're like the main special effects guys.
Okay.
So we get there, and Brad's just like, yeah, man, he's like, I'm going to do your makeup for this. I'm like, all right, cool. And so we're doing the makeup, and I'm just like, yo, this is pretty badass. He goes, oh, you haven't heard the whole story yet? And I'm like, no. He goes, it's the opening scene for The Walking Dead. And I'm just like, oh, you just made a dream come true right there. So, like,
Right.
Gino, Brad, thank you and all that, Jarrett. And so maybe after we were getting ready to do the makeup, they're like, hey, the coordinator's like, have you ever done fire before? And I'm like, no, not really. He goes, it's a fire stunt. Are you down for it? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm down for it. Even though I've always told myself I would never do fire.
Right.
Just because
But you're like, yo, this is the opening.
This is the opening scene, and it's like my favorite show, one of my favorite shows on TV.
Right.
So I'm like,
So you're like, I'm
whatever.
down for it.
I'm
Yeah.
down, yeah. Let's just do
You
it.
want me to jump out this plane? Let's
Dude,
get
let's
it.
do it, yeah.
Okay.
And so all that happened, do the gas scene, and that was
Now,
it.
when they lit you on fire, right? Or you got to light yourself on
No,
fire?
they light you on
They
fire,
light you
yeah.
on fire? What was going through your head?
Nothing.
Since this was like your first time doing this.
I mean, when you're in it, you don't think about anything else. You're just
Right.
kind of like, all right, cool. Walk, fall, so they can put you out.
Right. How long is like this, how long does these zombies walk for? It looks like a million years when, they piece it together.
Yeah.
Because, there's video stuff. But how long is kind of like each scene? Is it like kind of quick? Is it long?
I mean, a scene could take a day, easily.
Okay.
So you figure an hour show, usually 5, maybe 2, 3, no, I would say like 5 minutes is the whole day, a whole scene for a day. So just that part itself took us like maybe 2-3 hours.
Okay.
Because you have
There's
different
a lot of
angles.
takes. Yeah.
It's a lot of takes. And there was a special way they had to film that one because of the latex.
Right.
So I'm not really going to say how they filmed that
Okay,
part,
okay.
but it is real fire. So
Okay. And every time, if they have 10 takes, they're lighting you on fire. No, it's just that one
there's
time.
certain takes that they do before, and then they try to do the fire thing once or twice.
Okay.
I think that one was like 2 times.
2 times.
But then there's other ones where they were like at least 6 or 7 times. Because that wasn't the only fire scene. That was just one of the major ones.
Right.
But there's other ones, I think, in the first episode. where there's like parts, like maybe arms and like shoulders and a chest on fire.
Damn, that's really wild. And I mean, that's really crazy to hear this because it's like, you know, you don't really ever talk to a lot of stuntmen and them like, you know, lighting you on fire. A lot of people be like, oh, nah, nope, bro. Look, that's the, you know, I draw the line there. But you said, man, you know what? Screw this. This is for the opening scene.
It's
You're gonna see me forever on this joint.
And as soon as I seen the trailer, I was just like, oh, there it is. That was like the biggest, like, that was like my biggest payday for me. Like, not saying even money-wise, just seeing that part. Like, cool, they put me in a trailer. That's all I needed.
Now, you did the Western movie.
The Harder They Fall?
Right.
Yeah.
You were a stunt.
The stunts in there, and I doubled the Keith Stanfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man. So, yo, how was that?
So much fun. It was another chance I got, like an opportunity where I never rode horses before. Guy called me up. He's like, "Hey man, like you're like the perfect height and build for Lakeith." He's like, "Can you ride horses?" I'm like, "No." Yeah. I'm like, "I can learn now."
Right.
Like, and he's like, he goes, "I don't know. It's not really like kind of like a learning type of job." I'm like, "Listen, dude, I ride dirt bikes.
Yeah. I
skateboard. Like, I'm not afraid of falling. Like, don't worry, I'm not gonna fall."
Right.
And went out there, learned how to ride for like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, but ended up being out there for like 3 months though, filming, and it was nothing. It was cool. You know, not many times you get to go somewhere like New Mexico and film, and
right,
it was amazing.
It looks like you've been all around the world. I see these crazy pictures.
Yeah.
And you know these stunt pictures that you put up of you in these wild places, which is cool though because, you know, man, it's like I look at it like, man, I'm visiting these places too because I get to see them through your eyes, and I know you, and I'm like, yo, it's super cool to see like how much things have grown for you, and that you're, you know, in these films and these shows. Like, it's just cool, man. Like, it's really cool to see that. Like, when I go online, I just be like, yo, man, I'm proud of you know, what you're doing.
Thanks,
you know
man.
what I mean?
Appreciate it.
No, real talk. Like, you know, I always like to keep it real with people because, you know, I like to give you your flowers while you here.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it, you know what I mean? Like, I want to give them, like, yo, you know, so, what's next?
What's next?
What's next for you? Do you want to actually do more like the stunt stuff, but do you want to be in the movie, like more talking roles and things like that?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
Right.
But I kind of enjoy the stunt aspect of it more than the whole. I've never wanted like fame.
Right.
That's
you
never
just
been
wanted
my
to always
thing.
play the back.
Yeah.
Like I'll do these
like I'll
jobs.
Do something. Yeah, I like to. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I want people to recognize it, but at the same time, like I want to walk around and just do normal stuff.
Right.
All that.
Yeah, you want to go places with your wife and sit in peace and eat dinner instead of like every 2 seconds. Yo, can you sign this? Can you sign this? Because that gets kind of annoying after a while.
I mean, I get why like so many celebrities like freak out and have these like, I don't say panic attacks, but like just
they ask for it though.
Yeah,
that's what
it's
they
what you ask for. Yeah,
that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
Like you can't get mad if this fan really loves you, and you got up here and you did whatever the song and they you know
you have to be on at all times.
Right, you have to be in character.
You have to be who it is. Yeah.
Right. What is like a number one like movie or an actor you would like to do stunts or fill in for? Like, you know, you probably around a lot of big A-listers and you've been to these places around these people. What's an actor like in your mind? Like, man, that'd be crazy if I could be like a stunt double for or fill in for this person. Who would it be?
I mean, honestly, it wouldn't even be an actor. Like, I've met Will and I've met certain other people. Mine would be director, and it would be working for Quentin Tarantino.
Okay.
Him or what's the other dude from Nope? Oh my god.
I'm trying to think.
Keenan and Peele.
Oh, okay.
What's his name? It's not Michael Peele. It's
Draw.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. So,
Quentin, yeah.
he has good movies. Very, very stunt movies.
Yeah.
We gotta make that happen. If he see this, we gotta make that happen. Like, yo, you need my man in the movie. For real, he's #1 out here. What's some of the, craziest, what's some of the wildest things that have happened in these stunts? Things do go wrong, right?
I mean, they do, but not on like a scale of where people are getting seriously hurt. Like sometimes, yeah.
Right. You're good. That was
sometimes it will happen, but I mean, majority is like maybe you get punched in the face or get hit by something. Like I have a deviated septum from getting punched in the face.
Damn.
From Jonathan Majors.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, it happens.
I would have told him, like, yo, I need a couple dollars, yo. Like,
this is like back before he
this
was
is
like, super
before he
famous.
was.
This is like White Boy Rick.
Oh, shit.
That time period.
Damn. That's a long time.
Yeah. This is not like Kang and Destroyer,
He still was a kind of,
he was still,
husky dude.
I remember when he hit me, I was just like, oh man, I think he just broke my nose. And of course, like I fall out like I'm supposed to.
Right.
And the guys like carry me off and they're like, yo, are you all right? And I'm just like, I think he just broke my nose. I'm not sure though. And I'm like, is it bleeding? And they're like, oh, we can't tell because I had all this fake blood on me too.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, whatever. So we stand up and I'm like checking my nose. I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's not broken. It's not bleeding. And I remember like the day after, like I get up and my wife now, whatever, she's looking at my face. She goes, oh my God. She goes, your eye, you have like big black eyes underneath your eyes. I'm like, really? And I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, dude. And I'm like, all right, well, he didn't break it though. I'm like,
right.
It's his black eyes, whatever. He just probably hit it with enough force. Then all of a sudden, like maybe half a year later, I'm getting like nose infections and stuff like that all the time. Like, what's going on? And then I go see a specialist. She goes, oh yeah, you ever had your nose broken? And I'm like, no, I don't think so. And she's like, yeah, well, your whole side is deviated on the other side and it's just kind of pushed in. And I was like, oh, Jonathan Majors.
Did he ever apologize?
No, because he didn't realize.
He didn't realize. He was
so in the moment. As soon as he hit me, it was just like, okay.
Right.
It was like any other time he had swung. Just this one time he connected.
Now, when they do these scenes where they like do the fighting, it's supposed to look like they're hitting you, or is it But sometimes
it's not really. I mean, every once in a while you will get hit.
Right.
I mean, you kind of have to expect it. It comes with the job.
Right.
But I mean, you shouldn't get hit.
Right.
Because the camera can't see depth perception.
Okay.
So I could be here and you could be here, and the camera's in back of you.
Yeah, they can't. Right. They can't.
It looks like
see
it hit, but it really didn't.
Man.
So like real fighting doesn't work on camera because you can't see it as good. Where fake fighting, like say like the way wrestlers throw punches, work on camera.
Okay. That's dope. See, man, you giving like a whole insight on this.
Yeah.
Because most people out here that watch these shows, they'll be like, yo, he really hit him on that one. And half of the time it's like, you guys are just really good. Now, when they do the stunt double, like, how do they do that part?
I mean,
because yes, you resemble some of these people, but you don't look like them. You know what I mean? Like, and we're watching it like, holy, that's.
It's so quick that you never notice it. I mean, you shouldn't notice it.
The eye.
The eye shouldn't see it, But there's times where you'll be like, oh, that was clearly a stunt double because the guy's either too big or
you can
not
see
the
it.
same color.
Right.
There's something off about it. But I mean, that's like, even like when I double for Uncle Marvin on Kanan.
Okay.
Most of the time, he'll do his own stunt. Like, I'll practice the stunt first and show him what it has to be, and then he'll go and actually do it because he's a young guy. He can do his own stunts. But there's like maybe a scene here and there where it's me doing it and not him, just based off of the stunt's too dangerous, and if he gets hurt, that shuts production down.
Right. So, the role is over,
But the majority of the time, he's doing his stunt. Like the guy who did Jabari for Bel Air.
Right.
Like I doubled him on the first season. Like he's done all his own stunts.
Now, when they want to do their own stunts, they be like, hey, I'm going to do my own, or they tell you that?
I mean, they can, but it's up to the coordinator and the producer.
So basically, like, all right, that looks too high, you up there instead of him, If it's like something on the ground,
if it's something simple where we can put a pad down and you can't see on camera. But there's certain things like a car hit, an actor would never do. Certain fights, some actors won't do just because it's a little too dangerous. So it just depends on, like, what the action is.
What's the best piece of advice somebody gave you, like, you know, coming up in this, this competitive out there? It's a lot of stunt people, and there's probably people out there like, why did he get the job? I did this, did that. It's like a regular job, you know? But how do you stay grounded in this, and what some advice somebody told you?
I mean, it can always get taken away any day of the week.
Right.
Like, I mean, one day you're doing something amazing, then the next day you could be hurt. You could lose your life. If you really look at it that way. I mean, there's so many simple things that can go wrong. It's just seeing that ahead of time where, like, a stunt's about to go down. And if you go, okay, what's all the ways it could go wrong? If you figure out all the different types of ways it could go wrong,
right,
you know which way, you know how it can go right. So the stunt is this fight, and I fall this way. I fall against this table. So if I go too far left, I can hit the corner. If I hit the corner on my side of my neck, I'm paralyzed.
Yeah.
And you just have to look at all those little options and then go, okay, cool. I know where everything is, and I've thought this stunt all the way through, so now I can just do it.
That's a good, yeah.
I mean, that's the best way most people will tell you, like, hey, just look at the options of things that can go wrong.
Right.
If you can see it, go wrong, and you can see it go right, you have no problems.
Is there a stunt that you said, yo, I'm not doing that? Or is there one out there to be like, you know what, I did a bunch of wild stuff, but that draws the line?
I don't know, because I've always said I wouldn't do fire, and I did fire.
Right.
It depends on the stunt and I guess who is helping out.
Right.
Or what I'm feeling. Like, probably in high fall, now I wouldn't do. I've done practice high falls from like maybe 30, 40 feet up.
Okay.
But now I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I really want to do one anymore.
Right.
It's not my thing.
Now, with these roles, you know, I don't watch every category of these award shows, but can you get nominated for these big awards being a stuntman, or is it just kind of low-key, yo, you did this?
I mean, as an
Oscar, the film gets...
Yeah, an Oscar, no. Stuntmen don't get, or stunt people don't get Oscars because there's no category for it. But you have like the SAG Awards, like a whole ensemble cast can get it. But then the stunts have their own like award show.
Right.
So it's called Taurus Awards, and that's where you can win individual like stunts. Now,
have you been to these awards?
No, I was supposed to go to Oscars one year, but I just didn't go.
Okay.
I just went out to LA and just had fun instead. So.
Okay. Yeah. What's one of the coolest places you've been in the world? Because you've been around the world.
I mean, not even including film. I would say,
not film.
Iceland.
I knew you was. I was about to say that.
It's Iceland. I go back every year.
I ain't never been to Iceland, man.
Dude, it's worth it. You can do like an 8-day layover and then go over to Europe from there.
It's pretty cheap to go to Iceland too. It's not that bad.
600 round trip.
Yeah, that ain't bad. I looked it up too.
Same price going to California.
Right. See, man, you got me. Because you know what's crazy is my sister. She was in the Navy and she was stationed in Iceland, and she was like, "Yo, it's super dope up there." And I see all the hot little springs. I've been checking it out. Now, I mean, it's got. And I seen your pictures, and it's got some good sights up there. Check out Iceland.
Definitely worth it, especially Reykjavik. They have a cool like underground like hip hop scene too.
Right.
There's so many little like hip hop bars in Reykjavik.
See, like that's right.
Things you wouldn't know. You know,
right. Hip hop in Iceland, right? You feel me? Like
there's, I forget the dude's name, whatever. I guess he's like he's black and something else. But like, I've heard him rap in Icelandic, and it's just amazing. Like.
Right.
And you could tell, even though I don't understand it, you can tell the flow.
It's still flowing, though.
You hear the flow.
Know when you hear something dope, you're like, okay, I don't know what he's saying.
Flow, you go, oh, it's right on there, though.
But his words is right on point, so he's saying something super dope. That's crazy. I got to check it out now. Iceland, Iceland. If you out there and you listening and you watching this, Iceland, check it out. Chime in on the Iceland. Let me know. Before we get out of here, man, before we get out of here, I want to say, thank you. Thank you again. I probably said thank you mad times, but thank you, though, for real, because to me, you're like a celebrity. You feel me? Like, for real.
No, I feel you, but
I'm
not.
No, you are, bro. Like, for real. Like, we watch a lot of people on TV, but we watch you multiple times on TV, and that's pretty cool, and you do a cool job.
Thanks.
And continue doing that and being safe and killing the game as you know.
Trying, yeah.
Because I always tell people always tell me, they'd be like, yeah, I got to go from Jersey. And I'm like, no, you don't. I said, you can live here. You just have to move around. You know, people think because you move, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go to California. Like, you could have went to California. You could have moved out there easy. You already do it. But you said, nah, I'm here.
I don't know. It's just, to me, Philly, South Jersey, I don't want to say North Jersey because North Jersey is more New York than anything.
Yeah, it's a whole different.
But Philly, South Jersey is kind of the same thing. If you can make it out of those two places, you can make it anywhere. It's the hardest place to do anything.
Right. Hardest place for people to support you.
It is.
In anything. So if you make it out of here, because you look, it's a lot of successful people when they make it, when they blow up here, the whole world knows them after that. Because it's like, yo, this is a tough environment.
It is.
Look at it. Look at the sports teams out here. You can just see it from there. People be like, yo, y'all are rough out there. So, you know, it's dope.
Plus, there's so much talent here.
So
much talent. Like, granted, everyone doesn't get that same opportunity, but like if you get it, like, I don't know, you can go in any bar and I can hear a guy freestyle right now. That's super good. That's no one knows about.
Right. You go anywhere and you be like, yo, this dude, and you're playing for somebody and they'll be like, this guy's not signed. You'll be like, no, he's just around the area.
Around, just doing his thing. Yeah,
right. He's just a known person around that area, but it's like, he's good.
Why don't you go do something? That's what you hear all the time. Like, you know.
Right. They don't want to take that extra step in it. You know, like, look, you took those extra steps. You could have said, nah, I'm going to stay here and be at the cell phone store.
I wanted to. There's so many times I was just like, well, maybe this ain't going to work out. But then, I don't know, I listened to Will Smith, and I think the biggest thing was, like, not having a plan B.
This is all I got.
This is all I got, yeah. I was either that or honestly become a cop.
Right.
I got a family of cops.
Right.
That's an easy job, easy money.
Right.
Guaranteed.
You already got the plug.
Yeah. So just like, I was like, if this doesn't work out, which it almost happened, like it was 2 weeks away from happening. Before I got the job, before I got Lincoln, I told my dad, like, you know what, man, like, I don't have anything else going for me. Like, nothing's happening anymore. Like, you know, you start giving up on your dream.
Right. You say, as you get older, you say, damn, man, you know what? Yeah, I can still do this a little bit, but I got to go get this real job and kind of, you know, start this. Because I have did it with this plenty of times. I sat there but when you do it for so long and you put the grind in and the time, you're just like, I just can't let it go that easy.
That's the biggest thing. It's just like you don't want to let it go. And I remember, like, you know how it is sometimes, man. You have like $10, $15 in your bank account. And you're just like, I can't do no more of this. Like,
right.
This paycheck to paycheck is killing.
Right. I need to get up somehow.
I need to do something. I need to buy something kind of new just for myself, just to feel like good about it. And then, you know, so that happened. And within like 2 weeks of getting ready to go into the police academy, I got that call. As soon as I got that call, I was just like, it's done. I'm all the way through. I'm
all in now.
There's no B now. There's no B.
I'm all in, Poker. I'm all in. Well, man, you know, I'm glad you went all in because you are definitely out here killing it. Yeah, man, I'm just, like I said, man, I'm proud of you, bro. But before we get out of here, let everybody know where to follow you at, you know, and just tell them what's coming next that you can tell them, you know.
Yeah, you can follow me at JC in the Moment on Instagram. JC in the Moment 2 on YouTube, but I haven't really started the channel all the way yet. It's just kind of up there, but there's no content.
What kind of channel is it?
It's just more like just everyday life. You know, it'll be some stunts in there here and there, but most of the time I can't post that for like maybe 6 or 7 months after anyway because the project's not out yet.
Right.
But yeah, just stuff like that.
Okay.
And what else? You saying?
What else you got out there?
Oh yeah. What can you catch me in next? New season of Raising Kanan.
Okay.
Which is cool. I mean, still a Dublin Uncle Marvin, so.
Okay.
He's got some stunts coming up there.
New season.
Yeah. Man, it's so hard when you. New season Dead City for Walking Dead.
Right.
So that'll be out probably next year.
You probably when you're thinking, I'm like, man, this guy's in a lot of stuff right now. You're kind of. Are you staying busy?
Yeah, I'm staying busy. It's just, you know what it is. It's you'll do something and you go, okay, I can forget about it for like a year now.
Right.
Just because the TV takes a while to come out.
Right.
So, Yeah.
How do you get paid?
Normal.
Like every, you know?
Yeah,
it
I
ain't,
mean-
it ain't like, yo, I gotta wait. Do you get royalties off?
Oh yeah, we get
these
residuals.
movies?
Yeah, we get residuals. Yeah, it depends on like how many stunt people are on there. Like, say if you were to work like a Marvel movie, you're
Right.
breaking out residual with like maybe 200 other stunt guys.
Yeah,
But
so
then
it-
say if you do like a horror movie where it might be less stunt people because there's a little bit more acting in it.
Right.
Maybe 5 stunt guys. So if that movie does really good, you have to
get a
break the
couple
pot down with
yeah.
5 people.
Right, you get a couple dollars
Yeah.
off that joint. Damn, that's what's up, man. Well, like I said, man, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. Yeah, man, you know, and
Thanks for having me again. I appreciate
you know,
it.
man, this is what we do in
Yeah.
Hype City. We kind of trying to change it up. We have hip hop artists, we have actors now, stunt guys. So it's just a little different element to it, but
Yeah.
thank you once again.
Thanks,
I
yeah.
appreciate it. You guys, man, you got a good one. We got some questions out, and we sat down with a real actor and a stunt guy that jumps out of wild things, and that we probably definitely not doing. You'll get up there and say you're doing it, but you definitely not doing
Yeah.
it. You know, we need Fear Factor back. I'm putting my man on there. He's gonna win that mill. He's not scared of none of that. But for myself, Jersey Gliss, the whole Hype City family, we out of here, man.